was curling. Yes, that's right, a good memory. I took displaced ribs, so I couldn't sweep.
Well, see, that's what I was wondering. Did you win?
Yes, we actually won. It was the Northern Alberta. We went to the provincial championship from St. Paul.
Well, that's the first time.
Yeah. That is the first. Well, my name is Jackie Ray. I'm from 840 CFCW and actually now 910 CFCW right down to the Canadian border. We are now province-wide. A big announcement that we made yesterday, which is pretty cool. Thank you. Yeah. Keeping music alive, for sure. What an exciting day here in St. Paul with this hometown homecoming, and actually I kind of chuckled as I was driving in and saw the sign, saw home of Brett Kissel, home of Calvin Vollrath over there, fiddleman extraordinaire, we like him. Curly Robin as well, obviously. Do you know when I first met this kid, I was still in my 30s. Honest, I was, barely, but I was still in my 30s. You know, as we make the big announcement, what we're here to celebrate, you know, I look back and obviously some incredible things have been happening to Brett over the last few years, but for me there's moments like the first time I ever saw him 10 years old at the Ukrainian Cultural Heritage Village. That was the first time I ever saw him perform. A couple of years later, it was at the Canadian Finals Rodeo. He was performing on the CFCW stage for us, and they actually had us move the stage because this little kid, there was too many people. So we kept blocking the walkway of the Canadian Finals Rodeo before the performance, and they always got bigger as the performances went on. I remember him singing at Wes Montgomery's funeral when he was just 14 years old. I remember being at a CCMA award, and we were dancing very poorly really poorly. But he said to me, "This will be the last time I come to a CCMA as a nobody." And he was right. He was absolutely right. And then to see him perform on the Opry, those are moments for me personally that really, really do stick out. But what sticks out probably the biggest for me is when you say home, and that's what I think of with Brett, because I think to his grandparents' funeral in Glendon when he performed. I think about his wedding to Cece. If you were there, he would look like a kid on Christmas morning. He was so damn excited to get married that day. And then, now he's a dad. So those are the big moments, and that's what's so great about the announcement you're about to make today, because it is about home, it's about family, and we're going to be bringing a big show to St. Paul, because it is our family. Do you want to make the big announcement there, Brett?
Well, I'd be very proud. And Jackie, I want to thank you very much for coming to be a part of this. Home to me has been the CFCW brand, which is very, very important. As we know, it's province-wide. You've been there, every step of the way for a lot of these big things. With our great mayor here, Mr. Anderson, thank you for being a part of this and being so receptive to the idea that we came up with to do a hometown homecoming concert at the JC Ballpark this summer, Saturday, June 18th, rain or shine. We're going to party under the stars, and it will be, mark my words, I think the biggest party, hopefully, for country music this town has ever seen.
I had to go to council and say you have to support this when they didn't know what they're supporting. That's probably the toughest thing ever. So they lasted maybe a week and a half, and that they did very well by keeping it silent. So they did well with that.
Well, I'm very appreciative of our, kind of the event co-producers. We've got Keenan Turnerboy, a great local boy, right here. And Keenan's got a very, very good friend, John Casa, who's also going to be helping out with event production. And we wanted to do this specifically, and I expressed this to you over the phone, and we'll express it to the community. We wanted to do this specifically in St. Paul because we've got such deep roots in this community. Keenan and I have it. We know that there's country music fans here. We know that you guys have supported Calvin Vollrath for many years. You supported my career for many years. So it was a no-brainer to do it here, and we couldn't be happier that town council, without really knowing exactly how we were going to do it, you guys gave us the green light, so we're very appreciative.
Well, you know what, going back to that, we had our notes at first because my wife's family is very good friends with your wife's family, your mom and dad. And I've never seen grandparents that are all shorter than their grandchildren. So I had my doubts.
have to do the right thing by wearing a Leafs jersey when you're in that area and in that community. I also can justify by saying it's the Eastern Conference, so it's not really that big a challenge against the Oilers. However, this was the challenge for me, being a very proud Albertan, is that I had an opportunity to do some things with the Flames organization and with the Canucks organization, and that was just a no. As an Oilers fan, it's very difficult to wear a Flames jersey or a Canucks jersey, but on Saturday, June 18th, if you want to put me in a St. Paul Canadiens jersey, or if you want to put me in one of my dad's old St. Paul Rockets jerseys, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Very excited for this event. We look at you as a young person that left the community, did well nationally and internationally, and is coming back to share with our community. And we think that's for the region. It's not just for the town of St. Paul, but the entire region is going to benefit from this. And let's get this straight, is that this would never happen without the Ag Society, the Town Council, the County Council, and the RCMP, the Fire Department, all those people coming together. That's what's going to make this work. And that goes with your hometown.
I couldn't agree more. Everybody who has gotten involved from the ground level of this idea, we really want to thank very, very much. And one of those also comes to Jackie Ray. When we pitched this idea that we wanted to do this hometown homecoming, CFCW, you have been there for so many big moments, and I didn't want to over-ask, because you've been there for the opera, you've been there for many Canadian Country Music Associations, events that we've done, and then we said, well, we're doing this one really big event that could be bigger than anything else. Would you like to be involved? And Jackie, you said yes, and thank you for that.
What the hell was I thinking? No. No, it's absolutely, and we will be airing it live on 840 CFCW, and there's a Chuck Wagon network going on our other network stations. We're trying to figure all the logistics out of that, or else it could be right across the province, but for sure we'll air it live on 840 that night. And I think we should talk a little bit more about the show, because you do have a special guest that is going to be along with you at this big hometown homecoming.
Well, that's right. We actually have a few special guests as well, some surprises that we can maybe let you know about now, and maybe let the rumor mill start happening, because one of the really exciting things is one of my big heroes in music that's going to be a part of this, and a guy that I recorded my very first record with here in St. Paul. I recorded 2 records with, so we figured if we're going to do a hometown homecoming to celebrate the spirit of community, the spirit of country music, we have to have arguably one of the best fiddle players on planet Earth join us for the show, and that's Calvin. This is the level of Calvin's talent. Now that my wife and I have relocated and we have a home in Nashville, Tennessee, we had an opportunity to visit with Vince Gill. And Vince Gill has won more Grammy Awards than anybody else. He's at the top. He's won more Grammys than Michael Jackson, more Grammys than anybody. And we're chatting about Canada. And he said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Alberta." He said, "Where in Alberta?" I said, "A small town called St. Paul." He said, "That's where Calvin Ballrap is from." And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Vince Gill, who's won more Grammys than anybody else, knows St. Paul because of Calvin Ballrap. And that's very special. On top of that, one of my real good buddies is named Tony Noel. And Tony Noel and his band Route 66 are going to open up the show with a great party atmosphere, playing some great country music. And that's going to lead into one of my all-time favorites in country music, a guy that I've looked up to for many years. Jackie and I love him very much. And his name is Charlie Major. And Charlie Major's going to come as well.
Well, and actually, he was at your 18th bash that was sold out at the Winspear Center.
That's right. So, a lot of the big occasions that we've celebrated together, this one being the biggest, Charlie's been there for that. So I'm very honored that he has accepted the invitation to come out and bring his full band out from Ottawa to be a part of the show. And for anybody who loves great Canadian country music, you're going to love what Charlie has to offer.
Gonna drive you out of my mind.
Folks, Jackie Ray will be there, but we're probably not going to let her sing. Is that okay? All right.
Oh, the crowd turns on her. Ticket prices, $30, really, really affordable, and they go on sale next week, April 7th.
They do. So you can get your tickets online through our website. It's going to be brettkisselhometown.com. You can get your tickets there. There's going to be a big icon that says click here, buy your tickets through a secure online PayPal account called Ticketfly. But also we've got some great retailers here in the Lakeland, especially our good buddy Mr. Ward. He's here, Richardson's Jewelry. You can go buy your physical tickets there. So thank you very much, Mr. Ward. And then Keenan, we've also got Power Merchants, and the third is
Town of St. Paul.
the Town of St. Paul. Excellent. So please go and buy your tickets there if you want the physical ticket.
And that day, it's going to be right in the park, right downtown, 6 o'clock, and you'll hit the stage that evening.
Yeah, our goal is to hit the stage about 9 o'clock that night after the great entertainment goes. I think we're going to try.
I'll be listening, we'll start necking, and that's fine.
Our little girl Neela, she's 2 months old. She might need a little friend here, so who knows what will happen 9 months after June for Jackie Ray. It's going to be a really, really great night of country music. And we are going to, if you've been out to Big Valley Jamboree or any rodeos, and you know that things, it's Alberta after all. But we're going to go rain or shine, so just bring your picnic blankets. It's all going to be general seating.